Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, March 15th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. And although what I lost yesterday is, that's over, not coming back, I feel a little better because basically what we did today kind of expected yesterday after we started out the way we did, just shake out weak longs and come back. Obviously, that wasn't the case. But today, that's exactly what we did, is these shorts got absolutely ripped apart. Remember, we had a double distribution day yesterday. There were triple distribution days in Russell and Qs. And here they are. Triple Qs go out with a triple distribution day to the upside today, as they have singles in L and B and a price probe. They're also 9 wide in their middle distribution. Russell doesn't have any single prints. In fact, Russell has an inside day. They had unchanged value, but they do go out with a price probe, and they end 10 wide in their middle distribution. And for us, now believe it or not, SPY actually held singles in B by 3 cents. So technically, SPY is a triple distribution day. A's range is the bottom of it. M's range is the top, and all of this is the middle of it. And we end 9 wide. For ES, they go out with a double distribution day, and J is an afternoon pullback low. We took out yesterday's high. We're clearly just in balance. We nailed this day as far as calling it. I mean, from basically from the start of the day, we did very well calling it, which feels good, especially after yesterday. Now, again, had a good day trading, nailed the afternoon pullback low. Never took the size I really wanted because we didn't fill the single prints and certainly didn't hold them as long as I should have held them. But anyway, it turned out to be a good day. In A period, I took a long against the lower distribution when we pulled back. I'm like, well, we opened in the upper distribution. We took back the trend day. Let's see if we're going to hold. So I took a long right against the line. I'm literally nailed the low of the day for a long on the 418 calls. So that was nice. Then in C period, we had single prints, just like yesterday. Took 421 calls, 2 times traded them in C period. Then in C period, when we popped up, I thought we were getting a little stretched, and I know they have trouble taking out the day's high right away, the previous day. So I took I took a long first, then a short at 425, and then when C backed off, took another long. So the 2 longs was separated with the short in between. In E period, when E period popped D, even though we had a trend day down there, I said, I don't think they'll run and get yesterday's high as quick. Boy, oh boy, I only took a 5 lot. I had more ready to add, and then the market just puked. So I did well on the 5, but never got as many as I wanted. Now, even though we had single prints, the only reason I was doing that was against basically yesterday's high. But unfortunately, I only had 5. I was looking to add another minimum 5 to 10. But that worked out very nice, that short on the 426s. Now I'm looking for the afternoon pullback. Why? Higher value, single prints, POC being raised, indices incredibly strong, overnight high, IB high, POC, you name it, buyers had it. So and again, is this mostly short covered and momentum buys? Yes, but it doesn't matter on the intraday. Eventually it will make it weaker, but during the intraday, with the market that strong, it doesn't matter, and you should be looking for the pullback. So I was a little worried when F went down after that little quick flush in E that could have been the pullback. But I was patient. Took a very small long in I. It didn't get where I wanted. I did okay on that on the 420s. And then when J came down, it got literally to right to value low at the time. Half back was down there. Now ES filled their singles. We never did. I got as big as I think 30 total. And I did well on it. For me, I held it up to POC. I didn't know if we were going to go ripping to the highs yet. I did tell the room once we take out J's high, we're going to go make new highs. But I didn't do anything after, believe it or not. I hate chasing. I hate the slow grind. And then it went away, and we probed and actually got another set of single prints. We got the afternoon rally high from the 11th, and we just missed the highest accepted price from that day by about 30 cents. It shows you don't have to do a lot of trades. If you're patient and wait for the big trade, this paid tremendously. And I didn't even hold it for a long, long time. Now, if I had gotten a bigger size and was able to hold it the way I'm trying to hold things longer, look what you would have gotten paid. Tremendously. But don't forget, it's still an innovator play, even though I was very comfortable because we were one time framing down. But that turned out to be a very good trade and my last one of the day. As far as destinations, upside 426.84 today's high. Then we have 427.19. That's the highest accepted price. B's high from the 11th. Then we have that day's high of 428.77. Then we have 429.51. That, my friends, is my balance high on the daily. And then 431.84, which is a weekly high. For the downside, L's high, price probe, 426.05. Single prints, M's low, 425.33, get filled at K's high, 424.78. 9 wide, 422.63, right at the point of control. Single prints, now for ES you'll use J's low as your afternoon pullback. For me, I'm using C's low, 421.36. Single prints get filled at A's high, 33. Today's low of 418.42. And we'll stop there. Now, don't forget, we have a lot going on now the rest of the week. We have the Fed tomorrow. So what are we going to do prior to the Fed? I think there's a good chance we're going to stay in this 5-day balance. And here it is. I know that's small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my 5-day balance, and I'll show you on the chart. I thought that yesterday, and we did, even though we pushed down more than I ever expected to yesterday. I think prior to the Fed, we should stay inside of that 5-day balance. Come 2 o'clock, right now the consensus is for a 25-point rate hike. Anything more or anything less, the algos are going to get set off in a tizzy anyway, but anything more or less can really set them off. And then obviously, if it is, regardless of what the hike is, what he starts talking about at 2:30 for about an hour with his Q&A is really going to be important to see if he does basically say we're looking at rate hikes every time we meet. Don't be surprised if we have a surprise rate hike, things of that nature. So is there a reason to trade at that time? Not really. You know, if you're a trader, if you do this for a living, who cares if you miss an hour or two? So here's our 5-day balance. The 20-day moving average is now down to 430.29. Well, guess what? My 5-day balance high is 429.51. Maybe that comes into play tomorrow after the Fed. I do think by Thursday morning, the latest, after they digest everything, but most likely tomorrow late afternoon, we're either going to get above the 5-day balance, which is the 9th high, and test the 20 and see what happens, or we're going to come down and take out the 415.12 level and then go for the yearly low. I do not believe by Thursday we will be inside of this 5-day balance any longer. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.